long ago, in the heart of present-day Maharashtra, hidden among rocky hills near Aurangabad, stands a wonder that seems impossible even today, the magnificent Ellora Caves. This is not just a temple, not just a monument, but a mystery carved in stone. Among the many caves at Ellora, one structure rises above all, the breathtaking Kailasa Temple. When you first see it, your mind refuses to believe the truth. It was carved from a single massive rock. Yes, a single rock, more than 1,200 years ago, during the powerful rule of the Rashtrakuta dynasty, a king named Krishna I dreamed of creating something the world had never seen before. Around the 8th century, he ordered the construction of a temple dedicated to Lord Shiva, inspired by Mount Kailasa, the mythical home of the deity. But what happened next still shocks engineers and historians today. Instead of building upward, the ancient architects did something revolutionary. They started from the top of the mountain and carved downward. Imagine standing on solid rock, marking a rectangle on the surface, and then cutting down into the earth, removing everything that was not part of the temple. No modern machines, no cranes, no explosives, only chisels, hammers, and human determination. It is estimated that nearly 200,000 tons of rock were removed to create this masterpiece. Think about that for a moment. That is equal to thousands of large trucks filled with stone, and yet there are no records explaining exactly how they planned it. No blueprints have ever been found. No detailed instructions survived time. One mistake, one wrong strike of the chisel, and the entire structure could have been ruined forever. But there were no mistakes. The temple stands perfectly balanced, with detailed carvings of gods, animals, warriors, and mythical scenes covering its walls. Massive stone pillars hold up ceilings that were never assembled because they were always part of the same rock. How did they measure so precisely without modern tools? How did they calculate the depth, the symmetry, the angles? Some experts believe thousands of workers may have labored for decades. Others wonder if advanced mathematical knowledge, now lost to history, guided their hands. What makes it even more mysterious is the speed. Some historians suggest the temple may have been completed in less than 20 years. If that is true, it would mean workers removed more than 25 tons of rock every single day, without machines, without modern technology, without error. Standing before the Kailasa Temple today, you do not just see stone, you see ambition, faith, engineering genius, and a question that still echoes through time. How did they do it? This is why Ellora is often called the impossible temple. When you walk deeper into the majestic Kailasa Temple at the Ellora Caves, you slowly realize something powerful. This is not just architecture. It is a storybook carved in stone. Every wall whispers a secret. Every pillar holds a legend. This temple is considered one of the greatest architectural wonders in the world. Entire courtyards, towering pillars, massive elephants, and multi-level structures were carved from one single rock. There are bridges made of stone, balconies, detailed staircases, and sculpted ceilings, all created without joining separate blocks. It feels less like construction and more like sculpture on a giant scale. One of the most fascinating secrets hidden here is the storytelling carved into its walls. Scenes from the great Indian epics, the Ramayana and the Mahabharata are beautifully etched into stone panels. You can see Lord Rama in battle. You can see Ravana shaking Mount Kailash. You can see scenes from the Kurukshetra war. Each carving is detailed with expressions, emotions, and movement. The artists did not just carve figures, they carved drama, courage, devotion, and destiny. And remember, one wrong cut could never be replaced. Another mystery lies in the alignment of the temple. Some researchers believe the structure follows precise astronomical and directional planning. The entrance, the courtyard, and the sanctum are aligned in a way that captures sunlight beautifully. During certain times of the day, light enters the temple in dramatic angles, illuminating sacred spaces, as if nature itself is performing a ritual. Coincidence or advanced knowledge of astronomy. There are also theories about hidden or underground chambers beneath the temple. While no confirmed secret tunnels have been officially opened to the public, historians and explorers have long speculated that unexplored cavities may exist within the rock mass. Since the entire structure was carved downward, some believe there could be sealed pathways, meditation rooms, or unfinished chambers hidden below the visible floors. No one knows for certain. That mystery only adds to its legend. And then comes the most symbolic secret of all, its resemblance to Mount Kailash. The temple was designed to represent the sacred mountain home of Lord Shiva. Mount Kailash, located in the Himalayas, the towering central shrine, rises like a mountain peak. Surrounding walls and subsidiary shrines create the feeling of a sacred mountain complex. Even the carved elephants at the base appear to carry the mountain on their backs, symbolizing strength and stability. It is not just a temple, it is a mountain brought down to earth. The creators did not simply build a place of worship, they recreated a cosmic symbol in stone, a physical representation of heaven carved into the earth itself. As you stand there, surrounded by silence and stone, one thought becomes clear. This was not ordinary human effort. This was vision, devotion, mathematics, art, and faith combined into one impossible masterpiece. And even after more than 1,000 years, the secrets hidden in its stone are still waiting to be fully understood. The story of the magnificent Kailasa Temple at the Ellora Caves does not end with its beauty. In fact, that is where the real mystery begins. One of the most debated theories is that the entire temple was completed in just 18 years. If this theory is true, it raises a shocking calculation. Nearly 200,000 tons of rock would have had to be removed in less than 2 decades. That would mean workers carved out massive amounts of stone every single day with nothing more than basic iron tools. Even with modern drilling machines, such a project would be challenging. So how did they achieve this speed with ancient technology? This question has led some people to wonder whether advanced techniques were used, not futuristic machines, but highly sophisticated knowledge of engineering, geometry, and rock cutting that we may not fully understand today. The precision of the cuts, the smoothness of the walls, and the symmetry of the structure suggest planning at an extraordinary level. Every pillar stands perfectly aligned. Every carving fits its space exactly. Every level maintains structural balance. One major mistake would have destroyed everything. Yet there is no visible evidence of major corrections. Another mystery is the absence of detailed construction records. The temple was commissioned during the rule of Rashtrakuta dynasty under King Krishna I. We know his name from inscriptions, but there are no surviving step-by-step documents explaining how the temple was designed, measured, or executed. No architectural blueprints, no detailed engineering manuals, no daily progress records for a project of such scale. This silence is surprising. Was the knowledge passed orally and later lost, or were records destroyed by time, invasion, or natural decay? During the British colonial period, officers and scholars who visited Ellora were stunned by what they saw. Early observers described the temple as something beyond imagination. Some even wrote that it seemed impossible that such a structure could be created by human hands alone. They carefully studied the carvings and structure, yet could not explain the exact construction methods. Even today, modern scientists and engineers continue to study the site. Laser scans, structural analysis, and geological research have helped us understand parts of the process, but many questions remain unanswered. How did ancient architects calculate depth so accurately without modern measuring tools? How did they prevent cracks while cutting downward from the top? How did they organize thousands of workers with such precision? There are theories, there are calculations, but there is no final answer. Perhaps the greatest mystery is not about tools or time. Perhaps it is about human capability. When we look at the Kailasa Temple, we see more than stone. We see what determination, faith, and collective effort can achieve. Ancient builders may not have had modern machines, but they possessed something equally powerful: deep knowledge, patience, and a vision that stretched beyond their own lifetime. And so the temple stands, silent, unshaken, unexplained. More than 1,000 years later, it still challenges our understanding. Was it simply extraordinary engineering? Was it knowledge that history has forgotten? Or is it a reminder that the ancient world was far more advanced than we imagine? The mountain of stone keeps its secrets, and the impossible temple continues to watch the world, waiting for someone to finally understand how it was truly born.